See the rainbow, touch the rainbow. This is Gay Pride Totnes 2015 on a warm sunny day in Devon.
Walk away.
Hello there, how's it going?
Okay.
What's your name again?
My name's Padma.
And I talked to you here last year.
You did, yes.
To Totnes Pride.
Yes, I remember.
So what sort of year have you had?
Quite an intense year.
Yeah.
But a good one. A lot of progress made in various different arenas with introducing people to the idea of gender diversity.
Yeah.
And I feel that in the world generally, there's a kind of ongoing increasing understanding of gender diversity.
Everything's moving so quick.
Yeah.
You've got young people coming out and being aware of their sexuality and gender orientation like never before. You know, last year I was interviewing an 18-year-old who's going to have the sex change, or who's waiting for his 18th birthday so he could have the sex change on the National Health Service, and he knew about 14. He told his mother that he was a girl at 14. So that shows how society...
So that's a she?
So he's now a she, yeah.
Right.
Sorry,
she
yeah.
already was, yes.
Yeah, it does get confusing.
Yes.
So it shows how society is, in the Western world in particular, is opening up like never before. So what's your website again? I like your t-shirt, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Some people are...
Some people a day. Yes, we
get
have
over it. Yeah.
postcards.
And what's your website again?
Non-binary Southwest.
Right.
So we are a Southwest-based support group for people who identify beyond binary gender, or possibly beyond gender altogether, like I do. I don't have a gender. So, and we meet once a month in Exeter, but we also have a forum which doesn't work very well.
Did you go to Exeter Pride?
Yes, I did.
Did I see you there then?
Maybe.
I've seen you. I knew I recognised you from somewhere. I couldn't remember if it was here last year or Exeter. Well, thanks so much anyway.
Thank you.
Cheers, thank you. Hello, what's your name? We're all on camera. What's your name?
It's the Soldier 77.
Okay, cool.
It's the fixed mirror.
So how long have you been involved with Transfiguration?
About a couple of years. I've just standing in for somebody. A lady who actually doesn't carry stills, do give other interview, and as what's happening as well is Joanna is doing yet another interview.
So you've been interviewed
so
thanks
seems to be three of us doing the interview.
Cheers, thanks a lot.
Basically just a support group which helps people who are transitioning gender, like from female to male or male to female.
Yeah.
We've been running for about 3 years. We're actually based in Torquay.
Do you get a lot of people in Torquay? Do you get many people going to you in Torquay?
About a dozen people come to them.
Yeah.
It's a fairly large group as trans groups go. As I say, I'm not direct, I'm simply a member of it rather than one of the actual...
What's your name?
I'm just a member of it rather than actually having an official capacity with it.
Thanks a lot.
I just happen to be on the stall at the moment.
Thank you.
He had a lot of natural humour in him. He kept on coming out with quite fast one-liners.
This is the drama
class.
class.
Because you don't imagine you're going to... You don't imagine that you're going to create something that funny and see... It's like when you see comedians and people on TV, you assume it's all completely an act, which they've developed over years and years, but clearly things can come to you that quickly.
Especially with stand-up.
Yeah. There was a complete change of energy in the room as well.
Really?
I was at the beginning when you guys were a little bit nervous, unsure what you were doing, kind of where's this going, was suddenly lined up, people were having to unsure whose role was doing what.
Exactly.
And then to come back in at the end when you've obviously bonded a little bit more, you've relaxed a little bit more. There's a
Hi, my name's Jeremy Parsons. I live in Totnes. I'm part of Amnesty's group in South Devon, and we're here because we support Pride, but also while we're here we're trying to get a petition signed that's to support a man in Belarus. Here he is. And he's been consistently beaten up by his neighbours in Belarus just because he's gay.
Yeah.
And the police, in their wisdom, don't do anything to support him. They just ignore his plight. And we admire his strength, but he's a token of all sorts of people who are being oppressed just because of their beliefs, their sexuality.
Is he standing up for rights over there then?
He is. He's standing up. He's not just a passive man, and that's particularly, I imagine, why he's been singled out for attention by us and also attention by the people who are being violent towards him.
Yeah.
What we're wanting to do is to send a message to the authorities in Belarus that the civilized world doesn't go in for this sort of thing.
Yeah.
We don't think much of this. We think you ought to treat everyone the same, no matter what their beliefs are, what their sexuality is, and every individual who signs it is sending a little message, and it's like a drop of rain on a stone. Every little drop, fingers crossed, makes some sort of impact.
How it changes things. It alters governments, and it's like what happened in the media over the last few days with one photograph.
We're not asking anyone to do much, and we're not expecting them to think that they'll do anything. But if you don't do something, then what sort of world are we going to end up in?
So how did you get to hear about this chappie?
Because the Amnesty headquarters sent us every month we get what's called a monthly briefing to the local groups, and they say, can you take action for this particular individual? And it coincided very nicely with the Pride event here, and that's why we've got this petition going. And it'll go off to Amnesty headquarters in London, and when they've got all the petitions in from the various local groups, then it'll go off to Belarus. And as I say, we're not expecting everything to change overnight, but every little bit counts. One little signature on this is nothing.
How many signatures have you had?
Oh, I don't know, I haven't counted them, but we're beginning to run out of paper, so it's good, But one signature doesn't look much. A whole sheaf of them is better. That's what we're getting here. A great load like this, it says to the Belarus authorities, look guys, sort yourselves out. This is the 21st century. Treat people properly.
So what's your Facebook?
I don't have one. We've got one in our...
Amnesty International will have one.
Yeah, and I think we've got one. We've got a local one. You know, from Leonie's... We got an email here.
Okay, thanks very much anyway.
No, thank you. It's a bit of a shoddy old interview, wasn't it?
Yeah, cheers, thank you.
Do we have...
I've got a video grab of that. Thank you very much. Hello, what's your name?
I'm Andy Hunt. Andy Hunt.
Andy Hunt. Where are you from?
I'm from the Intercom Trust.
Yes.
I'm the Deputy Director. We provide support services for LGBT people and anybody that's affected by the issues, really.
Yes.
Across Devon, Cornwall, Wiltshire and Dorset.
So how did you get involved with Intercom Trust?
I've been working there for over 9 years now,
yes.
Which is a miracle for me because of my longest job. Yeah, I love it. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Couldn't wish for a better job.
So things have changed a heck of a lot in 9 years, haven't they?
A lot, yeah.
The social networking site's only 10 years old.
Yeah.
So it's revolutionised things.
Made a huge difference to people.
Yeah.
But we still, it is amazing. I think what year we're in, 2015, and we are busier than ever.
Yeah.
Which is surprising, really.
So what sort of support do you give people?
We provide counselling, advocacy, day-to-day support. Depends on the people's issues, really, and what they need, really.
Yes.
We're client-centred, so we work with the client to find the best way forward for them.
Yeah.
Really.
And how many calls do you get a week?
I can't tell you a weekly because it changes, obviously,
yes.
week to week. But last year we had over 2,500
yeah.
helpline calls, and we work with about 350 clients on a face-to-face, sort of a one-to-one basis.
And what areas of the country do you cover?
We cover the 4 counties with support services, so Cornwall, Devon, Torquay, Torbay, Plymouth, Dorset, the whole of Dorset, and the whole of Wiltshire as well.
So you have a Facebook, don't you? So
we have Facebook, yeah.
So it's Intercom Trust Facebook.
Intercom Trust Facebook, yeah, and we're on Twitter as well. We've got a website which is www.intercomtrust.org.uk. And if people need to go on and find LGBT groups throughout the counties, they can have a look at the LGBT Collective website.
So that's every age range you help to cover.
Yeah.
So you can put young people in touch with young organisations, and then the element of the transsexuals, the same.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, thanks a lot for your time.
No problem.
Cheers.
Nice to meet you.
Nice.
And I'm wrong. If I'm correct, I'm just no matter what you say, we are not going to turn.
Sorry?
What's your name?
So my name's Gareth.
And what is it you're selling at?
Well,
Totnes?
I run a little business called Bonnet and Stripe, and I make handmade greeting cards for gay folk, really. And this is the first Pride I've done. I've been going for a couple of years, and I just thought I'd try selling stuff at a Pride event. It's been amazing. It's sold lots.
Good.
And it's really good to have
your annual income
lots
at
of
the Pride
feedback.
event.
Pardon?
Your annual income at the Pride event.
Yeah. So I'm looking at, this was a bit of a pilot.
You might be able to travel around the Pride events across the UK.
Yeah.
Lots of people do that.
So I think that's where it might go. And it's been really good bit of research, chatting to people, trying out new ideas, things like that. It's been really good. Totnes.
And how did you get into your art originally? Into graphics or?
No, well, I work a lot with visual artists.
Yes.
I'm a curator and I work a lot with visual artists. And I worked on a project a few years ago where we used carbon paper and biros and did lots of collaging, and just really loved it and thought, one day just thought I'm going to start making my own images and my own work.
Yes.
And just did, and then made some cards, started selling them online, got some in a shop in London. Yeah.
So what are you a curator of?
I am a curator of socially engaged visual art projects, which means that I work with artists in social settings.
Yeah. Based around Totnes?
No, I very rarely work in Totnes. I mainly work in Torbay and in Plymouth.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's amazing because I have to get out of Plymouth to work myself.
Right.
I find it very difficult.
Well, it's impossible to get funding in Totnes for projects.
I see.
Because it's quite a wealthy area. So you've got to go where there are lots of
I noticed that.
disadvantaged people.
I just had the most expensive all-day breakfast I've ever had.
There you go. I've got to go because I've got a customer.
So, what's your Facebook, sir?
Sorry?
What's your Facebook? Have you got Facebook?
No, I don't do Facebook. I can't stand Facebook. I'll give you my website.
Okay.
Shall I keep the change?
Yes, keep the change.
Yeah. It's alright.
You give me £3, my love.
Yeah, it's $2.75.
No. 75p for a postcard.
Oh, okay.
Or 4 for £2.
Oh, is that alright then?
What?
Okay.
You can get 4 and I'll give you £1 back.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, thank you much.
That's okay.
What does the heart symbolize?
These are actually from a Valentine's card. So I do a Valentine's card, which has got that heart, and on the card it has red glitter on the veins, and it actually says Valentine as well. But I thought I'd try it on a postcard because people liked it. Yeah. So
Right.
there's a bag.
Thank you.
If I give you that, I've got a little online shop, and you can get a little discount and bits and bobs. And if I give you that as well.
Thank you very much.
There you go.
There you go, it's on video.
Yeah. So I'm called Bonnet and Stripe.
That's an unusual name.
Yeah. Yep, help yourself.
Were you born with that name?
Pardon?
Were you born with that name?
What, Bonnet and Stripe? No.
Bonnet and Stripe.
Not at all.
Cheers, I'm just being silly.
I know.
Thank you very much anyway.
Okay, thanks ever so much.
Cheers.
Panda.
Hello, what's your name?
My name's Mark Kelly.
And you work for Unison, do you? Or
I don't work for Unison. No, Unison's a trade union. It's a public sector trade union. So for workers who work in education, local government, health, and a lot of other public sector employers.
Yes.
And the way most trade unions work are that a lot of the work actually gets done by lay members, so actual members in the workplaces.
Right.
So I've been a steward for Unison in the past, and I'm here at this Pride event as a representative from the local regional group from the southwest.
I see. So where are you based?
I actually live and work in North Devon, so that's about an hour and a half away from Totnes. But we travel all over the place. This is the 12th Pride we've been to this summer, and we also do a lot of Respect festivals, so diversity festivals as well.
What's the difference between Pride and Respect?
Well, the Respect Festival in Plymouth and Exeter, particularly in this area, they are really around culture and diversity, so not necessarily around sexual orientation or generally, LGBT stuff, but they actually do welcome organisations coming in from, kind of other areas as well.
Yeah. And what's your website?
Our website is that's a very good question. I think if you go onto a search engine such as Google and just Google Unison, you'll come across it. I think it's unison.org.uk.
Okay.
So you'll find it quite easily.
Yeah. Well, thanks a lot for your time anyway.
That's okay. Good to meet you.
So what's your name?
Gina.
And you're with the Edison Trust in Plymouth?
Yes. I'm working in Exeter.
In Exeter. So how many branches have they got?
Well, we're based all over the southwest. I'm not sure exactly how many we have. We've got base in Torquay and in Plymouth and in Exeter.
Yes.
I know those three.
So you're a sexual health awareness organisation?
Well, I just work as a volunteer. I've been doing events this summer, so I went to Exeter Respect Festival, and just letting people know about the services that we offer. So we offer services like if someone thinks they've been exposed to HIV, we can go to their house and
it's never been quicker to get tested, really, has it?
Pardon?
It's never been easier to get tested.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, testing is available everywhere. Yeah, you can have it in your home, or go to your local walk-in centre or your local GP. Yeah.
So how can people contact the Edison Trust? I know you got Facebook.
Yes.
Because I'm linked to you on Facebook.
We do, or you can go to our website. That's www.edison.org.uk, and then we've got our email here. And take a look at one of these. So this is all with our basic information.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Cheers. Hello. I talked to you last year. What's your name again?
Carol.
Carol. Oh, Carol. I am but a fool. You've heard that so many times. So you've got a stall here for Pride to Be.
Yes.
As a fundraiser.
This is a fundraiser, and a lot of the items throughout the year have been made in the social group by anybody that wanted to participate. Craft days, people have contributed, people have been knitting for us. We've recycled t-shirts, proud to be t-shirts, making bags, etc.
Well, it's been a great Pride again this year in Totnes.
Fantastic.
And thank you very much, and to your sons for it.
But we're just happy to be here, you know.
Yeah.
The procession was amazing.
Shirley, Annabelle.
Peacock, the addition, the Peacock this year. Fantastic. All made by the people of the Proud to Be group, the art and crafts session headed by Paul. It's been amazing. Everybody's been amazing.
It's a great vibe.
So bigger and better next
Thanks so
year.
much. We'll be bigger and better next year. Cheers.
This is another part. Waiting for a high part. It's sort of the same rhythm, but the third note is longer. Just sort of move around. I know we've got small space, but then you can almost imagine you're walking around through the jungle, through the trees and everything. The sound's all around you. That's the idea. It's not this perfect little circle. It's all around you. It's coming from the land, from people, and from the environment. So let's get it going again. So we're going to have, just for starters, so the aye-o is over there.
Aye-o. Can you remind us that?
How does that thing go? Aye-o, 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 aye-o. Yeah.
Right then.
Hello there, what's your name?
Hello, my name's Joanne.
And you're on the...
That's right. Yeah, we're from Transfigurations.
Yeah.
We're a support...
Be careful how you say it, because no matter how you say it, it can be offensive to some people depending on their views of the wording, I mean.
Yeah.
So it's transsexual, is it?
We're Transfigurations. We support trans people. We're based in Torquay.
Yes.
And we support Torquay, Torbay and the surrounding area. The aim basically is to try to support transgender people on hopefully whatever that they need to be able to progress with their journey.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say.
Is there quite a few transgender people in Torquay then?
Yes, indeed. And there's quite a few more, I suspect, that probably haven't made themselves known yet.
Yeah.
But it's up and coming. People are starting to feel a bit safer about coming out.
Boxers are coming out, and boxers and what are the others? People from all walks of sports life.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Boxers are coming out as being transgender.
Yes, yeah,
And,
Kelly
people,
Maloney.
Yeah, people from all walks of life now in the sports
Indeed, yes.
areas. I
Yeah.
think there's a rugby player as well.
Yeah, I think, I mean, basically, I think people are starting to realise that it's okay to be different.
Yeah.
You know, and people aren't feeling, well, some people aren't feeling quite so threatened, shall we say.
Going through your history, how did you start? When did you start feeling that it was more normal for you to be a lady than a man?
For me, I kind of knew when I was around about 12 years old, 11, 12 years old, so about puberty time, and for me there was...
And what were the signs?
Sorry?
Without going into too much detail, what were the signs?
What were the signs? Just not identifying the same way that other boys did. To know that.
Did you find you couldn't mix with other boys, or?
Sorry?
Did you find it difficult to mix with children your own age?
To some degree, yes. But I did find that when I was very young, I wasn't wanting to play the boys' games. I wasn't wanting to get involved with things that were typically aggressive. It just wasn't me. But
what was the sexual or gender of most of your friends at that age?
At that age, the family I had were all boys.
Yes.
So I didn't get much of a chance to be able to mix much with.
So how did you get on with the boys that you were in the family with? Did you feel as though you were normal to them, or did you feel like a girl in their environment?
Well, we kind of just get on. I mean, at the end of the day, you know...
Did they treat you as a boy or a girl?
Sorry?
Did they treat you as a boy or a girl?
I think I put on a good show, so that, they treat me as a boy, but it's not something that I felt that I could talk about at the time. So I went through the whole of my childhood with this charade. And for me, it took me, even though I knew from a very early age that there was something wrong, it took me a very, very long time to be able to work up the courage to actually do something about it. And for me, it got to the stage where the stress caused by two people that I knew dying was the final tipping point.
Well, because they couldn't handle their sexuality?
Sorry?
Is that because they couldn't handle their sexuality?
No. It was basically I lost my stepfather and a friend of mine who was the husband of a very close friend of mine.
Yes.
And I got to a point where I kind of realised that if I was going to do something about my gender identity, I couldn't put it off any longer. And by the time I actually got round to addressing the issue, 35 years had gone by of me living a lie, and I just couldn't do it anymore. So it was a case that I finally worked up the courage to go to a GP and get referred.
Yes.
And frankly, it was the best thing I've ever done.
Have you had the operation?
No, not yet. Yeah, I'm still on my journey, so I'm not quite where I want to be just yet. But it's probably worth noting that for people who identify as transgender, not everybody is going to want to head for surgery. So at the end of the day, the whole idea of this journey is to achieve what's called gender comfort. Basically to allow you to be able to reach a persona that you're actually comfortable to live out on a daily basis. For some people the transition is easier than others. But in my case, I'm still on my journey and I've not reached where I want to be yet.
So how long have you been involved in this organisation?
For Transfigurations, I've been involved since last November.
Yes.
So it's quite a short period of time. But at the end of the day, it's Carol and I seem to get along. It's nice to be able to be in a position where I feel I can help other people.
What sort of work are you doing?
Well, it's purely voluntary. Basically, it's attempting to be able to try and support others with whatever they need. Most of the time, it's simply encouragement and moral support. There's a lot of networking involved, trying to get together resources and things to be able to put people in touch with if there's things that we can't help with them directly.
Have you had any stigma, or what sort of stigma have you had?
For me, I've been very, very lucky. I guess I've had it a lot easier than some people, but at the end of the day, I still get times where people will rather ignore me than try and talk to me. Some people get a lot of abuse and criticism. It varies according to who you are and where you are in your transition, I suppose. I personally, I've been very fortunate, but it's. I do what I can to be able to try and help others who are still struggling. And at the end of the day, basically it's about being there for folk that need the help.
And what's your website?
It's transfigurations.co.uk. We're in the process of rewriting the website, and it's going to get moved to transfigurations.org.uk.
Okay, thanks very much for your time.
You're welcome.
Hello, what's your name?
I'm David.
Hello, David. I've got a brother called David.
Yeah.
But I don't think he likes me that much. He's a twin brother. But he seems to have issues of my sexuality, I think.
No. David means much loved or beloved.
Yeah.
Whether it's Hebrew or Greek.
And Christopher means carried by Christ.
Oh, right.
Or bearing Christ.
Yes, that would seem appropriate.
So where are you from?
I live in Paynton.
Yes. And you're at Pride Totnes today. I've done so many Prides this year, I'm losing track of my location. A bit like jet lagging, really. So how long have you been in Paynton?
Well, I've lived in Torbay 41 years.
Yes.
15. It's 13 years in Paynton.
Yeah. And you what was your job at shop steward or something?
I was a shop steward with General Workers Union.
Yes.
And that was in a food factory.
That's a very macho mentality.
Yes, it was.
So what was it like then?
I loved it.
Yeah.
It was a brilliant place to work.
Yes. And you were in a relationship for 11 years as well?
Yes, that's right. Wilf, and we were very fortunate.
How did you meet?
I met him in a nightclub.
Yeah, a gay club?
It was called the Double Two in those days.
And where was that?
The Double Two, and that was at Rock Road in Torquay.
Yeah, is it still there?
No, it's, the last it was called was the Fluffy something like that, Candy Floss.
The Candy Floss, yeah.
Yes. And that closed down, as a lot of gay establishments are closing down.
So when you were younger, was there a good gay scene in Torquay?
Oh yes, big time.
In some areas it's better than what it is now.
Yeah, well we had the Cliff House Hotel.
Yes, I remember the Cliff House with the sauna and the steam room.
That's right. Well, I was there, master there for 5 years.
Thank you.
And we also had the Meatfoot Inn.
Yes.
That had been a gay pub since the 1960s. It goes back that far.
Yeah.
And we had the Double Two. and we also had the Clipper.
Yeah.
So we had quite a few gay venues.
So you were actually running the gay scene for a while, and you were actually almost running the gay scene for a while.
Oh God, yes. We were in the time when the gay scene was the best time to be in the gay scene.
Yeah, it seems to have got very muddled now, you know, it's gays and straights all mixing together, aren't they?
That's right, yes. It gets very confusing.
Yeah. So what's it like where you are at the moment? You're not as much part of the scene as you were before?
No, I'm very much involved with the Bowls Club, which I love.
Yes.
But they all know that I'm gay.
Yeah.
They don't have a problem with it. And it's just wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm very fortunate.
So you've always lived in the southwest?
No, I was brought up in Bodmin, Cornwall.
Yes.
But I went from there to Oxford. From there I went to...
Were you studying in Oxford?
Pardon?
Were you studying in Oxford?
No, I was working at a Jesuit college.
Sorry?
I was working as a domestic in a Jesuit college.
Oh, right, yes. Cool.
That got very confusing. And then I went to Northampton, Leicester, and then drifted down here.
Yeah.
I was in Brighton for about 5 years.
I like the culture of Brighton.
Well, when I say Brighton, that was more Worthing.
Yes.
That gave me a chance to recover on the weekends in Brighton.
I see, yes.
You needed to recover.
I can imagine. When I went to Gay Pride in Brighton, it was a pretty wild weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Not just on the Pride event, but also in the hostel I was staying in.
Well,
all sorts of things going on.
Yeah, late 60s, Brighton was mad. Yeah. I mean, I belonged to about 7 different clubs in Brighton.
Well, what sort of clubs?
Gay clubs.
Yes.
We had the Long Branch, the Curtain, the Silver Slipper, the Regency, the Spotted Dog, the Greyhound, the Cricketers, the Spotted Dog.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said something else.
No, I was very much involved with all the venues.
Cool.
I loved it.
Well, thanks a lot for your time. Nice to talk to you.
My pleasure.
Cheers.
Walk away.
See the rainbow, touch the rainbow. This is Gay Pride Totnes 2015 on a warm sunny day in Devon. This has been a Chris Summerfield Media production 2015. You can contact me, sponsor me, support me at PayPal, ChristopherSummerfield@gmail.com. Thanks for a great time.